how does it pull all the stuff, all
So
your contacts? You got to add them individually.
no, you don't add them individually. You sync your, I believe you connect your Facebook account to your Teamsy account, and then it will automatically import all of the friends that you have on there.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
so then you can then search certain people's names that are already your coaches, that are on your prospect list. So then you categorize it as versus your prospects, your current customers, and your current coaches.
Okay.
And from that contact list, it will randomly pick, and you choose however many messages you want to do, whether it's 5, 10, or whatever. You pick how many you want every day, and Teamsy will randomly select people for you to start having a conversation with. And if you don't know what to write, what to say, there's even I think like a little link of like, it gives you little template suggestions on how to start a conversation.
Wow.
So
that would be awesome.
Right. And that's just what Judy had told me, and just what I watched a quick little video on Teamsy.com. So I thought, you know what? If anything, yeah, I'll try it for 30 days.
Do you have to give them your credit card?
I believe so, yeah.
Dang it. Well, I could put it on my Beachbody account.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything coming out of my Beachbody account.
There you go. Yeah. So that's where I like that.
So she told you she wouldn't do our group because she's doing Teamsy?
Well, no. It was just, she just wanted to let me know, hey, this is something that she's doing.
Oh.
Yeah, that could help. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. I'm definitely going to look into it. And
because I've been hearing about it, and I looked at it.
Yeah.
A little bit at work, and but now that you said all that, I didn't read that much into it.
Right.
But that sounds awesome.
I had thought it was more just like more like an email, like categorizing, kind of thing. And I was like, I don't need that. Like, that's not what I need.
Yeah, I thought it was more organizing stuff.
Yeah. So I was like, I don't need another thing to organize stuff. I need, messaging and actually keeping myself accountable on that. So that's why I feel like that's their main thing. And the fact that it is geared around Beachbody's platform, and just the process of the inviting and everything like that, I thought was really cool.
Well, I didn't know that it was part of Beachbody.
Well, yeah, when you click on it, there's a couple other multi-level marketing companies, like Rodan and Fields.
I didn't read that stuff.
And Sensi has their own template on there, Beachbody, and there's a couple other ones I just didn't really pay attention. So there's maybe 5. We're one of 5 multi-level marketing companies that Teamsy
use it
customized. Yeah.
Right.
For them to use. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Okay, I'm trying to log on to my computer, so then I'll have my phone free.
Sweet.
My speaker was turned down.
Okay, no worries. So the way that I wanted to do our power hour, hold on, I've got to
Okay, let me enlarge you.
Okay, it's not going to be like a normal power hour, in that, a lot of people, they clump their power hour with like, while they're messaging, then like, obviously, like for me, while I'm messaging, I'm listening to personal development, like multitasking. So right. Obviously, right now, I'm not going to be listening to personal development while we're doing our power hour messaging, but that's how you can get a lot of the stuff sort of checked off. In that, within your power hour, yes, your personal development. And of course, my personal development is like, I listen to at least an hour. But some people, they don't have that, or you have to break it into chunks. And so like, listen to it in the car, your commute back and forth. And so however it is, it'll add up. I still think everyone should try to at least reach an hour of personal development. And then maybe you have to do multiple ones, you know, like Mondays you do National Wake Up Call, which is like 30 minutes. And then you pair with something else, whether it's a book for 30 minutes, whether it's a podcast, whatever it is, doesn't matter. But I do think that an hour sort of immersed, oh my goodness, I think my husband's trying to log in and do a team call, no. Okay, hold on. Let me message my husband that he cannot get on my account because I have a team call right now.
Let me go let my dog out.
Go ahead.
Hi, Silver.
Goodness me. Okay. Craziness. What happens when you share an account? I think he's gonna start getting his own account.
No, we're not going out for now. Okay.
Okay, sorry, I had to message him, so I'm like, using my account for his business, and I'm like, I think you need to start getting your own. I probably just need to check and see if there's an option, like multiple at the same time or something, if it's not going to cost too much, but he needs to back off. Tuesdays are my days. He can have this thing any other day of the week, but Tuesdays are mine.
Right.
So yeah, I was just talking about just personal development. Right now, okay, so the book that I was listening to was I clearly don't remember the book because it wasn't that. I loved the title. I just didn't really care for the book. I thought it was great at first, and then after a while, it was just really getting annoying. Oh, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Or The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. At the beginning, the book was good. And then by the middle, it was just really like, I don't understand the point, because he wasn't talking, to me, it was not the subtle art. It was just like grabbing a million different people's stories and talking about how they just didn't listen to other people's responses and just persevered and had success. And so I'm like, well, that's not a subtle art. That's not teaching me anything. So I still have like an hour and a half left, and I'm just not going to finish the book. It would just really piss me off, because I went from loving the book Relentless, From Good to Great to Unstoppable. You know, I love that one. And then I go to this one. I'm like, this is BS. Like, I could have written a way better book than this. To now I'm reading the 10X Rule. And I remember Kim read this book right before Summit, when she was going through like her whole cancer scare, and she hadn't told anybody. I really do like this book. This is it. This is like, I mean, he has a Southern accent, so that always helps too. But I know my husband's like, you're so weird. I'm like, whatever. I am what I am. I like my accent, so back off.
I like accents too.
And I'm like, I told me you should be one to talk. You have an accent, so that's why I like you.
Right?
He doesn't even notice his accent. But I do really like it. The 10X Rule, and I highly recommend getting it in an audiobook. Even if if you're someone who doesn't really care for audiobooks, this is the book. I think you need to get it, because he reads his own damn book. And I think it's so much better when the actual author reads his own book, because you get to hear the personality. And they actually like the emphasis on certain words, certain sections, you know, is more meaningful, because it's their own words, their own passion. And that's why I like listening to this guy. And the way that he reads, it must be the way he writes. He writes exactly how he talks. So that when he's reading it, it does not sound like he's reading out of a book. It sounds as if like I'm at a workshop and listening to him talk.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, there are moments where he'll be like, let me repeat myself. And he'll repeat the last few sentences he just said. So I don't know if that's in the book or if that's him like, I need to emphasize this, you know what I mean? But that'd be really cool if it is in the book and that's what he's reading. Because he just talks about how whatever goal that you have set forth, you know, no classes, no degree, no business courses ever talk about how much time is it really going to take you to reach those goals, that time and effort. Nobody exactly talks about it. You say it like my husband, you know, like, oh, we're going to open up by the end of January, you know, his vegan shop. It's February. Is that shit open? No, because it takes much longer, and we don't predict our time properly. We just don't in general, you know, like we have make a project and we're like, oh, it should just take me by the end of the day. But then we don't realize, okay, well, we've got to eat. You have to pee sometimes, and then problems are going to happen.
Right.
We're going to miss a tool or something. And then that one day project turns to a weekend, turns to, oh crap, I can't finish it during the weekend. I've got to do it next weekend, you know? Right. And so he talks about how, like, whenever you set that goal, you've got to now, okay, you're going to take 10 times, it's going to take 10 times the amount of effort, energy, maybe it's going to have to take 10 times the amount of money that you initially thought of. And then because of that, it's going to have to take 10 times the number of people to help you reach that goal. You know, so he's like, in his business is, you know, he thought, oh, you know, I just need to present my business to one person who's interested, and boom, good to go. He's like, but if I just rely on one person, what's the likelihood they're going to say yes? Versus if I go and do this business pitch to 20 people, I might come back with 5 yeses, and then I can go and pick the one person I want. As opposed to reaching and dying for that one person. No, take that control. Yes, I had to put a little bit more effort out at first, but in the end, I'm going to be able to pick the top of the top team. So it made sense. Even in our business, you know, like that's the reason why we need to be consistent on our messaging every single day. So that message, those 5 messages every single day, by the end of the week, you should have already 35 messages.
Right.
And then 35 messages times 4. You know, that's over 160. I don't know. I'm not going to do math. 43 times 4. I don't want to do math right now. Okay. 35 times 4, whatever that is. That's over 100. Okay. 100 messages plus, done. And all you need out of those 100 messages are 3 yeses.
Right.
So that's why we break it down small, 5 a day. But if we said, oh, you've got to do 140 messages in a month, you're like, oh my God, I don't know 140 people.
Right. Right.
Well, yeah, I don't know 140 people, but that's where our power hour, adding those new friends every single day, adds up as well. If you do 5 to 10 new friends each day, so say max 70 a week. So that's 280 new friends a month. It shouldn't be hard to then message 140 people.
Right.
You're always adding new people. Then you don't have to keep recycling the same old people over and over again. So I really like the way that he talks about it, and he just talks real. He's just raw. He admits that he's made these mistakes, and he even explains how it can be transferred into, you know, your community, into your family life, personal life. It doesn't have to be just business. So yeah, like 1 hour for me goes by really fast listening to him.
Wow.
So I really like it. He's got a lot of other books too that I saw on Amazon. So I may stick with him. I know the next book that I will read that's only in a paperback is the book called Get Over Your Damn Self. Because Tanya recommended it, but I did watch a video that they had shared on the January Super Saturday. Now I forget her name. Something Guthrie. I don't remember her name. But she's a 5-star diamond coach, first year elite, and she's only been doing this for 2 years. She does this part-time, and her full-time job is a music teacher.
Wow.
And so she got to speak on the Super Saturday video, but then I listened on YouTube. I might share the team call that she did on YouTube. And she even recommended it. That it was something that maybe you need to get over. If there's some ish that you need to get over, this is the book to just be able to then get over that hurdle and just get going. Just start moving your business. So I'm really excited for that.
And you post that book too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I have no problem with my power hour. I probably do more than an hour because I do it in the morning.
Right.
I start after my workout. When I get in the shower, I have it on. When I'm brushing my teeth, while I'm getting dressed, I do it for at least an hour.
That's awesome. And it shows.
And I'm doing it on my way to work. I don't turn the radio on anymore. And then I do it before bed. But my night is mostly spiritual, not any. It's
right.
more about letting go of the day.
Yes.
Letting go of all the negative that, just,
Absolutely.
It's more like meditation, but it's guided.
Yeah.
You release all the negative. So I'm good on the personal development
part, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that, my husband, he always, he tells me, oh, you shouldn't say that, or you shouldn't have said this. Like when I say that, like your daily devotional does not count as personal development.
Right.
Just because that I feel like is something that, if that's your faith, and that to me, that's just something
that's a given.
That's just normal.
Right.
That's just what you do. Like you wake up, you brush your teeth, brush your hair, and you do your daily devotional. So I was like that. So that doesn't count because that's what you do automatic.
Right. I don't count that in mine.
I need, your personal development needs to be an addition to.
Right.
That. In addition to what you would normally do, just your habit.
So
I hope nobody gets offended when I say that.
I know what you mean.
Because I have my daily devotional book on my nightstand, and for me, it sets my brain, it sets my tone for how I'm gonna think. Because some days I wake up in a shit mood, or I got elbowed, or like the other morning, my kid came into my bedroom and he like snuggled up, but he slammed his head right on my pubic bone. That's how he fell asleep, and I was like, this is not how I want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I was pissed when I woke up the next morning and he's still there and he's like all comfortable, and I'm like, well, shit. And I'm like, okay, hold on. He didn't mean to do it on purpose. He's, but yeah, that's what I need just to set me right. But as far as personal development, that's not helping me grow.
Right.
Like more, so that's where I listen to that Steve, I don't know his last name now, from Elevation Church. I love him way more than I like Joel Osteen now. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So that I don't count as daily devotional. Well, and he's cuter too. Although I really liked him when he was younger and not tan and not muscular.
Right.
And without this crap, but that's just me. I just like the little fresh-faced boy look, I guess.
Right.
That didn't sound right. Fresh-faced young man look, not boy look.
Right.
But I do that. I don't count as daily devotional. That is a personal development part. So that part, figure it out. I know Annette, you've got it great. Some I can tell aren't doing it. Some I think maybe need to open their horizons and look for different topics. Doesn't need to be business related, Maybe it could be about personal relationship. Maybe about communicating. Maybe it's about self-confidence,
Well,
go ahead.
We haven't done one on business at all.
Perfect. You don't need to.
Because right now, I got to get right up here before I can, it would be a waste.
It's really not necessary. I think for some people, people need the compound effect and GoPro or Go for No. They need that at the beginning because they maybe they need that motivation. They need that kick. But I feel like those are people who probably have never been in a challenge group and it never really went through the process. Like how I did with you, I reached out to you, I messaged you, I followed up. Like I did all of the steps, right?
Right.
I think if you never experienced that, if someone just like, oh, you're interested in becoming a coach and blah, 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 and they're like, yeah. And they become a coach. And they've never done a workout program of ours, they've never been in a challenge group of ours, then I think, yeah, they need a little bit of direction of it. But I also think too now, my Coach Basics training and everything, I didn't have that when I started.
Right.
So I think now I don't need, they don't need that because I'm telling them exactly how to message.
Right.
And it's specific to Beachbody. It's not like a generic multi-level marketing. That's what GoPro does and Go for No. They give you like this generic way of, and most of them were more like from a real estate background, turned multi-level marketing.
Right.
So I always think, really, you don't need it to be business. It's personal development because it is personal to you.
Right.
I highly recommend certain ones because I think it's also very generic and very broad, and everyone's going to take away certain things. Like I at first didn't think I was going to like the book Relentless, just from Kim's version of her takeaways. I was like, okay, well, but I started listening, and my takeaway was, I think, completely different from her approach to maybe why she was listening, or again what she picked out versus what I heard. And it's just all based on your season, the moment that you're in, and what you need to hear. It will depend on what you pull out from each book. So what I want to get started is what I do, very first thing of my power hour, using my social media, is I go through and I add 5 to 10 new friends. That is the first thing that I do. Because honestly, that to me can be the time sucker and what you can get sort of distracted. So I do that first, and sometimes I will even put my phone and I'll give myself, and I'll start the timer, 30 minutes or however much time I have to sit down. I do it because if I see like, oh my God, I don't have much time, I'm like, shit, I need to stop screwing around and just finish it. And some people will do this at the end, but I like doing it at the beginning because the rest of it, I've got, like the rest of it I can message, because if you're going to do a Hey Girl message, what we'll talk about, your Hey Girl message of the day is going to be very similar. So you don't have to think of 5 new Hey Girl messages. Your Hey Girl message, so those messages can get done really quick. And I feel like if I get all my messages done quickly, and then I still have a ton of time, and then I add my friends, I start Facebook scrolling.
Right.
So I do it first, friends.
So this is what I do when I add my friends every day. I scroll through my, that scroll thing of friends that you might want to be friends with, and then I'll pick I'll pick one that I think will fit our team, and then I open it up and I go immediately to the friends list, and I see the top 5 friends, and then I'll hit mutual. And if there's no mutual, then the next thing I'll go to groups, and I look through their groups, and kind of to feel if they're wraps or Herbalife, or because you never know.
Exactly.
So then if none of the flags are there, then I'll push add as friend.
Yeah.
That's my sequence right there.
Perfect. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to sort of go through that because maybe somebody doesn't know what that looks like. So you can always go up here on your Facebook friends request. That's what you were talking about, Annette, right? So
no, I just, it'll be in your news feed. It'll just be going diagonal, horizontal. horizontal. Where it just shows all,
Like all your friends, you mean?
no,
Okay,
just
this is what I have, like my friend
Okay,
request.
go up. Mine comes across my feed.
Oh, mine
You
doesn't.
swipe it horizontal, sideways through the people.
What do you mean?
Um,
Like I'm on my computer, so it's like,
oh, it must be different on the phone.
yeah. So like here are like my friend requests, people who are requesting to be my friend, and I'm not gonna look at them yet. But people I might know.
Yeah, that. But
Yeah.
on your phone, it's on your news feed, and you can just scroll through it. So.
Oh yes, yeah, you can see a bigger picture. You're right. So like here, I don't have any mutual friends with this person. So I will open a new tab and actually look at her page. And I just see really quick. Like I'll maybe like scroll 3 times.
Right, that's what I do
See
too.
she's got at least 2, 3 kids.
Right.
And at least they're active, they're in sports, so I'll go ahead and add her. She's a mom. Done. So there's one. And then like it'll come up here like other people, you know. I don't ever really click on that because I need to actually look on each of their pages.
Right.
So she's done. Close. Oh my god, what happened? 19 friends. Hello. Let's see. I don't know. Okay, so clearly she's into wine.
Right. But you could have wine on our program.
Totally fine. She doesn't really type anything, it's just pictures.
Right.
That's already into May. So I probably won't add her because if she went from January 11th to January 28th,
Right. She's not on very often.
she's not on very often, and then me trying to then talk to someone who and explain to them that they need to be coming on every day. Okay, so she obviously must be a coach. So remove. If you know Kim Carver and you know Carl Deichler,
Right.
you're going to be a coach. So this is how I look at it. You know, I don't mind if you have a lot of my mutual friends, but like as long as they're not Beachbody coaches, and you know that.
Right. Oh, I learned my lesson on that.
Right? Or like here, there's like a lot of people like they're not. A lot of these are like from high school, so I could add these people, which would be fine. And I'm okay with adding people who work for LuLaRoe. I'm okay with adding people who, you know, Unique Makeup. It's obviously like I'm going to stay away from It Works, and I'm going to stay away from Isogenics and Herbalife.
Right.
Because those are our competitors, and clearly if you already like those, it's really hard. Like I have one lady who I've been messaging who's been commenting on my posts, and she loves all of our Beachbody programs, but she says she doesn't like Shakeology.
Right.
And that she prefers Isogenics nutritional values.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Pennsylvania like that.
So I've, you know, played a little devil's advocate and be like, I'm not really familiar with it. Can you just tell me what nutritional values are there? Still waiting on the response.
Right.
Right? So it's fine. What I'm still gonna do, that doesn't mean that she's a no, I'm not gonna talk to her about it. You know, I asked her, when was the last time you tried Shakeology? You know, if it was more than 3-4 years ago, we've changed our formula of vanilla. We have cafe latte now.
Right. You know what, Margot, there's a girl in our group that's finishing her Isogenics.
Yeah.
But she bought the Beachbody On Demand for $99. So we let her in our group because I told Margot if she's willing to try it once she runs out of isogenics, add her. Because all she's going to see on our challenge group is Shakeology, Shakeology, Shakeology. And everybody says how they love it, how they love it.
Exactly.
So and she's ready to try it, but she's got to finish the isogenics. But
some people, it's like a matter of just, I paid the money, I need to finish it. And that's fine.
The difference in what we say about it than what she's heard about it.
Exactly.
That's the difference,
Exactly. And so that's just something that, why we do, why it's just as much value to talk about our culture, how our team, how our groups go and how our team is. But it's also great to talk about how you feel with Shakeology. Compare, how did you feel before you started versus now? What were your thoughts about? That's why I always talk about, me, that when I first got my challenge pack and they said you can cancel as soon as you got it, you better believe I freaking canceled that shit.
Right.
Like literally, I opened the damn box, I got the receipt to get the customer relations number, and I canceled that shit. Because I was like, I'm not going to pay that much money for a protein shake that I could go get, somewhere else. I already tried, I can't remember what's it called now. Whatever. It's so, clearly I don't remember the name. I already tried another kind of protein shake. I tried other ones you can get at GNC, and it was just like, for me, it was just a waste. I didn't notice any difference. So that's where my mindset was. But then it wasn't, but I was going to drink it. You better believe me, I was going to drink Shakeology. I just paid for this shit. I'm going to drink it.
Right.
And that's where I noticed, oh my gosh. Yeah. That first week.
Right.
So we have to talk about it. You have to share it. Or else it's just, it's going to be just another thing that, that people just think it's another gimmick or whatever,
Right.
Like, so we don't have to put isogenics down or any of that stuff. We just need to talk about what it is why we love ours, and that's it.
Right.
So I've just gone ahead and added my, I don't know, probably more than 10 now. And you don't want to add too many. So see, like, this is a unique. I'm perfectly fine with adding her.
Right.
Makeup girls need to work out too.
Right.
Oh, here's another one. Makeup girls want to, look good. You don't want to just have a pretty face. You want to have a good body to go along with it too.
I added 10 today at work on my slow time. So
I'm done. And like I said, I was gonna say you don't want to add too many.
Right.
You go super crazy because then you'll get in Facebook jail and you won't be able to do anything for a few hours. So that's the first thing. 5 to 10, done. Don't need to do any more. Facebook will still have the same list. Then the next one is quickly 5 hey girl messages. So
I hate that. Change the name.
What's up?
What's up? I hate that. Hey girl. I would never write that to somebody.
Okay.
But that's me.
So that's just what Kim always called it. So
I know, but I don't.
So yeah, so we will do. So it's 5 like WhatsApp messages, and honestly, those are going to be somewhat personal,
right?
Because you're going to pick 5 people, and whether they could be somebody who liked one of your posts on your personal page, or what liked on your fit page, or they could be a random person. You can choose, doesn't matter. But you're going to pick 5, and you're just going to quickly look on their Facebook page and just check in with them. If they live here, you can message like, hey Susan, is the weather bothering you, like driving you crazy? I'm never dressed appropriately. You know, one day it's freaking cold, so then I dress all wintry. Then the next day I'm prepared for that, and I walk outside and I look like an idiot because it's 70-some degrees and I'm sweating. You know, something like that. Or if you see, you know, like today I just sent a bunch of messages out to people who liked my post from yesterday of my kiddos doing their first swim lessons. So those were my 5 what's up messages, because like here, so one is from my buddy's wife, Jody. This is Jared's wife, Annette, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending you another picture. He sent me a new one.
Oh, man. The last one, my jaw dropped.
I know. This one now, so now he's like, he says, like, he's lost the weight, so now he's got to, like, tone up. And so you can see, like, it's a lot, he's toning up and whatnot. So I messaged his wife, who's not 100% supportive of all of this.
Right.
And so I said, you know, thanks for the love, you know, in the post about my post, you know, my boys' first swim lessons. I said, how are you doing? By the way, do you still have those Samoan cookies? Because her daughter does Girl Scouts, and those are my husband's favorite cookies. And so I said, are you loving and surprised with Jared's transformation? He is in the best health and shape of his life. And so then she responds back, right? Like, that had nothing to do. I'm not inviting her to nothing. Right. I'm just having a conversation. So she says, yeah, I love the kids in swim. It's so important. She says, I'm doing well. How many do you want? And she said, who knew me drunk at a concert would change him so much? He has taken it so serious. You know, but it is what it is. So I'm going to message her back. I'll take 4 boxes. Those are going to be my husband's Valentine's Day presents. Isn't that sad? I'm going to give my husband cookies. But he needs it. He's super stressed. So then I have another girlfriend from high school. And so I just said, hey, how have you been? How's your little man? Does he know how to swim? If so, how old was he when he first learned? I've been waiting because both my boys had tubes in their ears. Right? And then she sent me back like 1, 2, 3, 4 messages. So I've got to read them later. You know, or like another lady, she clicked, and these are just people who click like on one post.
Right.
So if you can imagine, boom, I already got my 5 what's up messages just from one post. And they're all different. This one, she is an esthetician in Texas, and the way that she does the false lashes for her clients are awesome. Oh my God, awesome. I was like, damn it. And I said, I wish you lived closer because she lives in Texas. And I told her I would be your #1 client with lashes. I told her I've had the worst experience with lashes here in Arizona. Thanks for the support and liking my post about my boys' first swim lesson. And then has your daughter taken swim lessons? If so, how old was she when she started? And so that's where I'm going to show you really quick, like how I'm able to do that really quickly. And that's the quickly meaning like, oh, I have to share. I just started sharing the screen before I start clicking away. Duh. Okay, so this was the picture that I had shared. And so if you know, hover over it. And so this is the easiest when you're on your computer to do this. When you're on the phone, it's a little bit trickier. When you're on the computer, so it'll hover and you can see all these people. And you can do the same thing on your phone too. But the nice thing about it on your computer is, say, I'm trying to find her name. You go over here, right? I can right click and say open in a new tab. And then I can just see her page.
Oh.
And then I can quickly, so here she is, lashes, lashes, right? There's her daughter. She does micro needling, which is what I also do on my face. So there, you know, so I got it really quick. So there she is doing lashes, right?
Right.
And then I can boop, click back to this tab, message. And I got enough info to do a quick WhatsApp message.
Right.
Hey, thanks for liking my post. Thanks for having interest in my, current challenge group and my free group, whatever it is. You thank them for that. Then you talk to them a little bit about themselves. I loved, that picture of your husband and your daughter, or, that trip looked amazing, or, for me, like, I wish I could get my lashes done by you. And then you ask them a question. You end it with a question because human nature, when somebody asks us a question, we have to answer. Very rarely do you leave a question open and unanswered.
Right.
So I end it with a question. So those are the 3 parts, boom, send. And then you have your list of how many more people you can do. So obviously, like, she's a part of our team, not going to message her. She used to be a coach, not going to message her. I'll message her personally, but I don't need to do it on my power hour. So I'm not going to ask her to be a coach again.
Wait, always end with the question.
Yes. And so, yeah, you'll be able to, just from one post, I already got my 5.
Right.
Boom. And people they're responding back because I asked them a damn question.
Right.
Right? And it doesn't have to be literally the last thing. Like here, like I asked 2 questions and then I sort of gave my thing about, why I've been waiting. But here, I ended it with a question. How old was she when she started?
Right.
Or, I didn't really ask. I mean, I asked her a question, but I knew for her, I have to ask her a question that has nothing to do with.
Right. I know
what kind of question I got to ask her. So, so that's how you can do it, just from one. Or you go here. You might have to do a couple. You can see, if it's a video, then you can do it from a video. So that's how you can get it from your personal page. So that's what I usually do. My WhatsApp messages are from my personal page, not my Fit page. My Fit page now, I'll go in, and that's where I'm going to do now my 5, either inviting to our upcoming challenge group and or inviting to our coach opportunity.
Okay, now what did you call this one? 5 what?
This is just 5 challenge group invites. Yeah, so 5 invites. And it's going to be the same thing. You're going to go and see who liked your page, or who liked your post, I mean. And maybe they didn't like it, Some people you just see reached.
Right.
And so that is frustrating because you can't see.
I can't see none of mine, ever.
So if you don't have any likes, like I had 1. But she's already a coach. So that's just sometimes where, like, if I don't actually go back on here and see who liked it, there are sometimes where I miss a post and I'm like, well, crap, I did get people who liked it and I didn't answer back to them.
Right.
So for the most part, most of these people I already have a good conversation with.
Right.
And then some are guys that, I don't know, I always get the black guys who want to like me and talk. So yeah, so I'll just go through. So I'm already back at the beginning of February. And so I don't really have anybody new that I need to reach out to. So if I don't have anybody new, that's where it's so important, where you have been keeping track of those people that you've been messaging.
Right.
Every single day. So that's where it could be one of those WhatsApp people that you messaged.
Right.
Maybe after that conversation, you've already talked about a challenge group. So now here's your time to follow up with them and invite them again. And say, hey, we just started our new one, but we've also got a free one starting next week. There's nothing to lose. It's free. It's going to be a ton of fun. You're getting a 5-day meal plan, and you're gonna learn 7 new moves to lift your booty non-surgically. Is what I've been talking about. Non-surgical butt lift.
Okay.
for our challenge group this time. So there you go, 5 a day. The only time you're going to start talking about inviting them about coaching is, again, if you've already talked to them about coaching, following up with them, or when it's leading up to our coach sneak peek, which will always be at the end of the month. It's always going to be around the 22nd, 19th, something like that. So that following week is when you want to start talking to people about the coach opportunity. And you can, if you want to, tell them, hey, you know, if you've ever wanted to learn a little bit more about what it is that I do, what I do in a day, this is an awesome free group where you get to just check it out, see if it fits for you. As a bonus, I get a discount on all my workouts and all my you know, products that I need for the year. So you're not really leading them in, saying like to be a discount coach, but you're sharing with them, are they interested? Will it be a good fit? And then let them know as a bonus, by the way, I do get a discount and I'm working towards, you know, quitting my 9 to 5 or whatever it is, you know. I feel like it's more important to do it that way than to lead with the discount. Right. We lead with the discount when we've followed all of those steps in our script to get the challenge pack sale.
Right.
But not to get people interested in our group. Because then I feel like it totally cuts us off. We're cutting our legs short. Like you were saying, you know, it's not really showing our value of us as a coach, of our team value, of the value we can bring in our challenge group. If, as we're inviting people to join, to learn about it, that we just push the discount.
Okay.
We push the discount when they are ready to make the decision. They want that workout program. They want that Shakeology. Now we'll say, hey, you decided to make this commitment. Why don't you make a smarter commitment and get a discount?
Right.
If that makes sense on how you approach it. And I think with us using this free challenge group now, that we're going to be doing this every single month, I really feel like it's going to help us all. And making it easier to start having conversations and hitting Success Club, so that everyone can practice using those scripting steps,
right?
And not having to feel like and avoiding becoming salesy, because you keep trying to push and push and push when people really need to experience it for themselves. At least that's how I am. I need to actually experience it, feel it, go through it. Versus someone just telling me why it's so good for me, what the benefits I'm going to feel. I need to actually feel it and experience it and then make my own decision off of that. So that really, in a nutshell, if you get those done, you're going to have your 10 new friends, you're going to have 5 WhatsApp messages, you're going to have 5 follow-up messages, and then you're going to have 5 invites. So right then and there, you've already done 15 messages, and you've added 10 new friends. And that's just one day. So I think that's what we really need to focus on, is not just messaging, but having purpose with our messaging, knowing what types of messages are we trying to do. So it's 5, just straight up, what's up, has nothing to do with Beachbody, with joining my group, nothing. Just purely just a normal, regular person trying to have a conversation and connect with people. And then 5 follow-ups. So you all know what follow-ups mean. That means, you know, someone that you sent a link out to and they haven't committed, or someone that you sent a video on, you know, on what 21-day fix is like, and they never followed up, they never, you know, got back to you. So those are your follow-ups. So that's 10 messages right there. Then the last 5 is your invite. Whether you're inviting to a challenge group or whether you're inviting to a coach opportunity.
All right.
And those are your 15. So I think that is definitely doable for everybody in one day. Those 15 messages, done, and your 10 new friends, done. That shouldn't take you more than 30 minutes. Now, if they start messaging you back, like I've got these people, then yes, it might take you a little bit longer, but get your messages done first. Then respond back to the people. And I told you this too, Annette. You could be at SC 0 and be like biting at the bit to get a point, but they don't know that. You need to make it look like you're busy. You've got lots of people, connecting with you. You've got a lot of things going on. You're leading a team. Got a challenge group going. So you don't want to set that expectation that as soon as they message you, that you're sitting right there waiting for it, and you're going to message them back. Even if you read it, like I've read what she wrote. I've read it already, but I'm busy right now. Or I need to finish, I got, 10 other messages I need to send. I'm going to do me first, then I'm going to come back and message back. Because I need to essentially, I want to cross off that I got my messages done. Not that, oh, I got 2 messages and then I started chatting with somebody and lost track of time. No, get your shit done first, then you start networking. Then you start, messaging back and forth. Because I could start talking to these 3 ladies, and I could be talking to them for the next hour, and then come back to it, and shit, the kids need to eat, the kids need to take a bath, I need to eat, and then what happens? The day gets lost, and I'm still 10 messages behind.
Right.
Versus get your stuff done, handle your business, and then you can message people, respond back to people on your time. That's essentially what we're doing. We're our own boss. Nobody's telling us we have to respond in a certain amount of time. And same thing when it comes to your team. And I know, Annette, it's hard. You've been doing really good at it, though. Same thing when it comes to your team, your clients, your coaches. Just because they email you or message you does not mean you have to drop everything and answer them or handle their issue. And not your mama. If it is like you're about to jump off the bridge, then clearly, yes, I will drop all my shit and I will do it. But if it's because you need to find a link, when I have a free moment, and if you haven't found it, I will help you. But really, we have Google for a reason. We have the team page for a reason. You have your online office here. Scroll down, click FAQ. There are tons of resources. We just need to actually use them. It's just natural. It's human nature. It's habit. They're like, oh, crap, I don't know where to find this. And you just post it in the team. You're like, where is this? And, of course, naturally, we all want to help. But there's going to come a certain time where you're going to be leading your team, and your team's going to expect you to know the answers. So you've got to figure out, where do you find those answers? I can't, for me, Kim sees me as a 1-star diamond. I can't be going to Kim as a 1-star asking her, how much does such and such cost? She is not going to respond back to my message. She's just not. Because that is something at my level I should be able to find out. I should be Googling it. I should be clicking FAQ, going to my BB links, something. I should have saved it already. Somewhere I should have it. I could go to, what is it? It's like the coaching links, online. Or I need a picture of such and such. Again, Google is your best friend. Believe me, there are a lot of images that I share I've Googled. Or I've adjusted them slightly to my own. But we have to utilize, especially this online office, this coach breaking news, all of this stuff. You want to know anything about cup registration, Team Beachbody Cup, click it. You want to know more about All Access, click it. You know, it's all in here. And if you need to know more, then you click View Archive, and you can see everything. If you need a national wake-up call replay, you can listen to it on your computer. If you need any training tools, here's the most recent ones. It's all here, at least in our online office. And then if you don't know it, it's still not there, I would suggest going to our Team Dauntless page. You know, and like even like today, at no fault of Christina's, you know, it's hard as a new coach. You're trying to juggle all these different groups and group messages, but if you miss a team call, then I need you to find, well now I gotta find this stupid picture. I think I did it as an album. Oh, not create an album, my bad. Then you need to find albums, team call. Click on it, and I have gone ahead and copy pasted the last 20 months of team calls.
Wow.
So I hope after this team call, nobody asks me, do you record your calls? Where can I see the calls?
Right.
2 places. My YouTube page. So if you know my name, you can find me on YouTube. Or here on the team page, in albums, click on this image and everything. Like this is what we did, you know, go for no. We did this last week.
Right.
These are the past ones. Not all of them have images because sometimes I just don't create an image. But if you need to know more about how we can talk about All Access, want to know how I did some of the YouTube videos, remember Annette, how we did some of those?
Right.
Here you go. If you want to know about, you know, how we launched Quarter Force, or my top 10 hacks to improve your social media presence. It's all here. And you'll notice, majority of the time, you're going to see Annette's face.
Right.
But, you know, it goes all the way back to, let's see, so this was September, so probably September or August of 2015 is where it starts.
Okay.
That's about where I started my team calls, was around there. So there's no reason, because I figured, because Kim's doing it too, I figured, you know, I do post our team call, but nobody wants to keep scrolling, trying to find it.
Right, right.
So here's my one spot. You're always going to be able to find it. And there you go. But even, I mean, I think everyone needs to take, I might do like a scavenger hunt and be like, go to the team page and find back to basics using objections to fuel your business. You know? And I'll be able to then, like, if I click on it,
Kristen, I didn't know it did that. I didn't know your page did that.
oh, I have so much stuff here. I would be able to see who actually viewed it or who liked it.
Right.
Tons of files on here. Like, it's ridiculous how much I have put on here. You know, but I don't necessarily talk about it. I always say go to the files page. So maybe not no one knew what the files page meant.
I didn't know what that meant.
So on this tab, so usually you're always in discussion mode.
Right.
So you can go to files, and now you're going to see. So that go for no is here.
Right.
You need to check out the objections PowerPoint again. That's here. This one's like how to invite to our challenge group. That's our 8-step script.
Right.
It's just there's a lot. A lot. Sample scripts for inviting. if you want to understand the coach compensation plan, you need a meal plan.
Right.
They said no, now what? Another one, hammer and chisel. Why I use Facebook events so much. And so you can see this, how it drives challenge group engagement.
Right.
So it just goes on and on. I mean, it's because I did this when I very first started in 2014. But, so this from here to probably here is like generic Beachbody created stuff.
Right.
And then afterwards, then it's my stuff that I'm sharing with you guys.
Okay.
But it's definitely useful. And so you can make sure too, you know, that your coaches are checking it out as well. Because if, especially the latest, that objections one and the scripting, if they still have not watched the team call, or if they have not printed it off, then when they say that, oh, so-and-so said, you know, they're not ready or they don't have time, that is going to be a dead ringer to you.
That they didn't read it.
That they didn't read it, because that wouldn't be the way that they would just end that conversation, because I've given it to them, you've given it to them, you've told them,
Right.
here you go. So yeah, I think it's me and you, we give our entire team as well as our challengers lots of information, but now it's also time to hold them accountable.
Right.
Actually using it, because there's no one else that they can blame. They can't blame you, they can't blame me, they can't blame the person that said no to them, who gave them that, you know, BS excuse of, oh, I don't have enough money, but you see them go to Starbucks every freaking day.
Right.
You can't blame all those people because you didn't use the tools that were given.
Hang on. Oh, go ahead.
So that's just where I'm at. But I think this gives everyone a really great idea as far as what a quick 30-minute power hour can look like, how you can maybe get it done on your lunch break. I know Kristen Stanley, a lot of times she will do her work in her car during her lunch break. And I know sometimes she just will go ahead and eat her lunch in her car because she's got some really interesting coworkers who give her shit for eating healthy. But they can give her shit all they want, because they won't be able to talk back when she says, I got abs, I can live longer than y'all. And I have a naked boy in my team call. Wonderful. Octavian, please. Okay, so I want to do a fun thing and start creating our hashtag, and hashtag Power Hour Done. So when we have finished our Power Hour, meaning that still includes our personal development, adding our friends, and then our 15 different messages, our WhatsApp messages, our follow-ups, and our inviting, that's when, you know, whatever, a funny image, a GIF, I don't really care. It could be you like, hallelujah, you know, post something on your personal page and hashtag Power Hour Done. Because that can even start creating conversations. People are like, what the fuck is your power hour? Like, what did you do? Why are you like, so thank God I'm done with this shit for the day, you know? Or you can, you know, like 15 messages and 10 friends, you know, like power hour done. You can do that, that's totally fine. So I just think that'll just sort of be fun to just sort of do it so that we can feel like you don't have to write down everything that you've done.
Right.
Just hashtag it and do a fun, I really want it to be more like a fun picture. I really don't want that much text. I just want the hashtag and a fun picture. And it can even be, put the damn hashtag in the picture. Like, you know, like just hashtag that somewhere. And I think it'll be really cool to see how creative we are, because I think we're getting really creative with our Shakeology pictures and just with our normal pictures day to day. So we gotta step it up each time, find something different. So I think, yeah, hashtag Power Hour Done will be a lot of fun, and just, you know, find, and I'm pretty sure y'all are gonna be really silly. Like, I can anticipate, you know, like funny places that y'all get your Power Hour done, or whatever, you know. So that's fine. Power Hour Done. Please don't make it on the ground of the garage of the gas station, okay? Anywhere but that, you know, like Margot, Power Hour Done in the library bathroom, whatever. You know, Power Hour Done. I might be in my bathroom, because sometimes that's where I get my escape. Because clearly this office, they don't really give a shit. It's not off limits. So yeah, I think that'll be good, and that'll be our way, instead of them taking that picture of your list, just do a fun image.
Yeah, and I don't like putting the people's names on
Yeah.
that.
Just do a fun image and just do hashtag Power Hour Done, and that'll be really cool. Whether it could be a screenshot, you know, of the current audiobook that you're reading, and then just, you know, across that image, Power Hour Done.
Okay.
All right. So I think that'll be cool. I'll do it first in our team page, and then sort of explain it, and then everyone will follow suit.
Give a date to start.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then I'll start tomorrow, because I want to get a system down. So
yeah. So I think by doing it
I'm
that
pretty
way,
good. I think on my WhatsApp messages, but I think maybe I only do 1 or 2 invites. Last week I did all invites and no WhatsApp because of the booty challenge.
yes.
So
But think of it too, like your WhatsApp messages can always turn into and segue into an inviting. So like you start the WhatsApp, and then they respond back to you, and then you can just be like, you can sort of like be ditzy, like, oh, you know, by the way, I don't know if you're interested, but I've got this free group going too, blah, blah, blah.
okay.
You know, so it's literally just to get that conversation started, and clearly, like, you'll know, like, if they're even going to be interested, if they're even a fitness kind of person or not.
Right.
But yeah, so save some. Like, you're always in the mindset of inviting, but separate them.
Okay.
5, 5, 5, and then you're good to go. Can you say bye-bye, Annette?
Bye.
Annette? Give her a kiss.
Wow. Kisses. Thank you.
Okay, go Megan. Bye. All right. Well, thank you. I know it wasn't super quick, but end with us. Sorry.
I don't mind. You know me.
So yeah. Well, I'll do a post in it tonight. How we're done, and I'll explain a little bit, and then yeah, just even if we just start figuring it out this week, you know, and then next week, you know, really going strong every day.
Okay.
So I know there's a lot of new things that we're trying to figure out.
Right.
Challenge groups, the dates, blah, blah. So.
Well, I'm trying to juggle that part, plus all the groups, plus
Yeah.
4 court dates this month.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm writing letters to the courts, and
yeah.
and it's just a chaotic month for me. So when I missed, like, I was panicked last night. I'm like, my video's tomorrow. And I knew damn well it wasn't, but I thought I was so discombobulated for information. I'm like, and then I looked and I'm like, okay, it's not. You were right, it's not. But I kind of panicked because I got so many dates up in here that it's crazy.
I hear ya. No worries. I mean, that's how I was yesterday. I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to start a Coach Basics group. I didn't do it first thing in the morning, so Yeah, I've just gotta. We're all human.
They're both naked, Kristen.
Huh?
They're both naked.
Story of my life. And he always messes us with my Beachbody-opoly. Always, that kid. Leave it alone. It is mine. Mine. Okay, I have one thing at home. Mine. I'm surprised they actually don't say the word mine.